Okay.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Everyone, welcome to the FRL Division 1. We are in the final round. We are in the season finale. We are in Kuwait. We are in for a constructors and drivers championship battle. Of course, I'm Baskar 101. And not just that, we have a special commentator within for today. Mr. Wesley, how's it been, my friend?
Hello everyone and welcome to the final round. It's good to be back. It's good to be here for this exciting final round of the season.
Honestly, it's really cool. So right now we are in just the we're in the pre-race show. You know, a little bit of the kickoff, things like that. And let's talk about the obvious, the big thing that's happening. It's the ultimate championship battle. Not just, of course, with let me open my spreadsheet. Not just with Pifting and TJ, but also H71 Squadra Corsa and Racing Star.
Yeah, it is very tight in the championship. We've got only 2 points separating the top two for this season finale. Jerk and Pifting going back and forward this season. Looking on the spreadsheet here as well, because I haven't watched most of the season. And the Constructors is also up for grabs. The gap's a bit larger, 16 points, but the momentum has been with Racing Star in the last 3 rounds. So it's all to play for in this final round as the two guys are battling out. I wish I was there for the old season with this title battle. It looks really tight.
Of course, so when I say with the Constructors, 16 points might sound a little bit more, but actually because since it's 2 drivers, it's more closer than you think. It is much more closer. That's why I'm saying it's as tight as the drivers. So that means, despite that TJ and Pifting is battling for the drivers, that doesn't mean Andy or let me make sure. I think I'm trying to make sure to see who is here. And I'm not sure if we have the other driver. I think we do. Is it Dustin? Is it Dustin? Is it Dustin that's racing for RCT?
Dustin will be replacing, I think, Kai or I don't know. He's racing for a McLaren as he will be emergency reserving. So yeah.
So who's? Okay, sorry, continue.
I only see one H71 driver in the server right now. So of course we got our main contender Jerk, but where's our second guy? I don't see them in the server.
It's actually me. I'll be joining when I finish this intro.
Oh, you're gonna be the one? Oh well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you're gonna stay here then.
So the question: how can you influence the title battle? You think?
Well, the T-Jerk and me will be we will be using the same strategy. So hopefully we both can have a good race together and pretty much go away from the Racing Star drivers. Our main priority here is for T-Jerk to win the championship. So if anything happens to me, it will be good for them.
Very well, very well. Well, honestly, this is really exciting. Just be aware. Just want to let people know is that if I do go, it's because that the commentator that's supposed to be joining in will be in the booth will be here soon, or hopefully soon before the race will be starting. So if you do hear me leaving, I am very sorry. I'm originally not supposed to be in the booth, but I am called in for backup for in case if the main commentators or one of the main commentators can't be in. So Just want to let everyone know in advance. But yeah, I'm excited. Kuwait, let's talk a little bit more about the track Royal. Since you have a little bit more prior experience in Kuwait, tell us a bit more about it since you're here.
Well, it's a tricky track. Obviously, for me, it's probably the hardest track for me. I don't really like it. Not because it's not, you don't have a bad experience driving it, but it's actually really hard to make a lap in. You need to avoid all the corner cuts, so you don't lose time against the others. This is probably the hardest Sector 3 the league has ever had, as we have some, I would say, like some S corners that you'll be going right and left. So that's some tricky corners to not make any mistakes in the race, as you will be needing the slipstream. That's something really important that Man 15 and Tier will be doing the whole race. They will try to keep it up in the slipstream because probably, according to my calculations, it's probably like 5/10 or 6/10 if you don't stay in the slipstream. So that's something they will have to look at it.
That's that. Since laps kind of vary like that, how many laps are we going to be racing in? Oh, here it is. 25 laps. There it is. So 25 laps. This could be a one-stopper for some people. It could be a two-stopper for others. 3 if you're really feeling frisky. I mean, things can definitely happen for sure. But honestly, it's whatever the main 2 drivers that are competing for the championship, for the Drivers' Championship, are going for. Is if they're going for one strategy to another, or they're going to be more closely aligned. I'm just honestly, I'm excited and like that. Even if if I'm not able to commentate the main, like the actual race, guess what? I'm still going to watch it anyway, and I'm going to, see if we can get some good racing, good competitive racing, because that is what we're here for.
Yeah.
Is good old competitive racing.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Looking at practice right now, we have Jack topping the way, so he seems to... well, of course, it's a practice session, nothing counts yet, but topping a session, I reckon, will give Jerk the ability to deal the first mental blow, I would say, before qualifying. With Andy 4/10 away. Oh, he must be has some confidence, sandbagging. Man 15 6/10 away, by the way, even further away from his main rival. It's gonna be interesting to see, but those guys seem to be on top. They're still 3rd and 4th, the Racing Star guys, so they're still in a strong position. But they're a long way from Jerk, so looks like, if we're purely looking at practice, it looks like Jerk has the base advantage.
Actually, I want to see if we could get one of them in while we have a little bit of time. Yeah, so let me do this.
Alright, I'll be leaving now, hopping to the server. So I hope you have a smooth stream. Yeah, good luck.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can ping one of them in.
Yeah, of course, session is expected to start in just a few minutes. So, not a lot of time. I'm curious whether they fancy a short, nice interview before the race, perhaps just to have a short distraction before they head into qualifying.
Pefting says no. TJ says no. They are locked in. Oh, they are both locked in.
They are going for it. Maximum focus for this final race. It's basically whoever finishes ahead of the other wins the championship. It's a straight fight. There is no calculations that we need to do unless they have bottom points, which would be an exceptional situation if something were to happen to both drivers. So it's pretty much a straight fight. It's amazing to see.
Absolutely. This is just awesome. just awesome to see. I'm excited for the qualifying, seeing how that will go. Of course, with how traditions go with the qualifying, we don't do the F1 style qualifying. We do more classic qualifying. You know, just one session. Whoever gets the fastest time will be the pole sitter for the Grand Prix, for the Kuwait Grand Prix.
Yeah, this should be a 10-minute session if, of course, the rules haven't changed over time.
Let me double check. I do have it with me. Qualifying is indeed a 10-minute session.
Yes. So that means that every driver might get 3 flying laps in, probably just 2. It's a pretty long track, so an out lap is going to take a while, and then you have to do a hot lap. So let's say 2 or 3 attempts. Perhaps if you back off, abandon the lap early, that you get an extra flying lap to do. But there's not much room for error. You only get a handful of opportunities, and so it's going to be crucial for the drivers to be on top from the get-go.
Absolutely, and just hopefully that for the constructors, for Racing Star and H71, I'm just going to call them H71 in short. I wish them both good luck. I really do. Hopefully that they get the best result. Hopefully they can maximize all the potential that they can put in, all the potential performance, and hopefully they can just have fun and enjoy the race. And hopefully everyone that is watching this are enjoying the live stream as well, because this is just going to be fun. This is just going to be fun to do. We
are 1 minute away from the start of qualifying. Can't wait for the party to get started.
Indeed, indeed. So, as once again, I'm going to say this before the Grand Prix, before the actual race starts, not qualifying, if I do leave like that, and if Quattros joins in, that's supposed to happen. It's supposed to be 2 commentators. It's supposed to be 2 commentators and all that, just to let you guys know. Hopefully we can enjoy a good race. I'm just happy that I have a privilege of commentating most of the season, or a good chunk of the season. I'm not sure to say most of the season. And hopefully that I'll be back again for the next season for FRL, either Division 1 or Division 2.
It's not like he'll be kidnapped if he leaves. The military move all of a sudden.
It's for me. It's always a privilege. It's always a privilege.
That's great. Okay, we should be about to start. It's 4 p.m. British summertime. We should be starting so early. There we go. This practice session is about to end, and it will be Chirk on top with Andy in second place. What's also interesting is we might see some team orders into play, especially between the Racing Star guys.
Yep, Racing Star and H71. There's probably going to be team orders. They're probably going to be working together. And it's going to be something that is going to be quite important. I never had this felt of excitement. I mean, since, F1's Abu Dhabi 2021. That's for sure. But right now qualifying has started. Cars are getting out.
Alright, as Link is saying in the chat, let the chaos begin.
Indeed.
So for the new viewers, there should be no slipstreaming qualifying. That means that there won't be any tactics possible regarding cars giving each other a tow or a slipstream, because the slipstream is really powerful in this game in general, but also at this track. It's going to play a crucial part in the race. It's going to be crucial to stay within slipstream range of another car in order to keep up the good amount of pace. It's going to be very much pack racing. Like you would see, for example, on iRacing, if you're racing in a lower class series where the field is really close.
Or like a spec series, yeah. If it's a spec series, then chances of having a pack race is more likely. that's just how spec racing is. And I'm excited. Just hopefully that things goes pretty well. Right now, everyone is going into their outlaps right now, and then we'll start going into the actual hot laps and seeing how much time they're going to put in. Of course, they're going to be using the soft tires and trying to get for everyone to get in pole position, but most importantly, for the drivers always with the leaderboard, with TJ and Pifting trying to outfinish one of the other, trying to outscore each other like that. That's the most important thing. Of course, there's going to be point advantages. Even a little bit of a point advantage can cause a big effect to the championship. We've seen it before, and we see it again. Now, right now we have Almighty Device from Spirit Racing in a purple Sector 1. Right now, we see people going into the green, but right now we're seeing Almighty Device going into the purple. Keeping it nice and clean, keeping his nose pretty well, staying on the track. So that's pretty cool. Even if you're not competing for the championship, you can still win a race and still just have some fun. Right now, TJ is in purple Sector 2. Almighty is in green Sector 2. TJ is trying to make sure to get that provisional pole. Trying to make sure that he can outscore... trying to outscore Pifting as much as he can. Young going into the pits. Probably not good enough on the qualifying.
Mighty went wide through third sector. It's not the best third sector, as Yoda says the first time. TJ goes fastest. Let's see how Mighty goes second, 9/10 of the pace. But TJ so far with 7/10 of an advantage compared to Royal, as everyone sets their...
Pifting P2.
Yeah, so
we have Pifting. Sorry.
Gap for DJ in the lead.
Yep, TJ is on provisional pole right now. He is half a second faster than Pifting on that qualifying lap. Things can change. A little bit of adjustments on their not strategy, but their qualifying, and some adjustments to them there on approaching corners. A little bit of aggressive. Do they need to be a little bit more conservative on certain corners? Every little minute detail matters. Currently, people are going on the green. We haven't seen any crazy improvements as of right now.
See, we've got some guys who haven't set a lap time. Let's looking further at the back. We've got Lepri, for example, on the lap right now for RHA. And we've got Sussy and Andy. Not sure. He hasn't got a lap time on the board. Those sector times must be from the practice session before this qualifying session. But interesting that he hasn't set a lap until now. He must have ruined his first lap. As he goes green now, he is on a flying lap. Let's have a look on board with him.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. So you're on board on Sussy right now?
I'm on board with Andy right now, as he is
Andy, there we go.
Gaining sector 2. So far, so good, as we can tell from this lap. Sussy goes to 5th, 1 second off the provisional pole time from TJ, as TJ goes purple in sector 1, so he is currently on improvement.
Oh, nope, he's not good. He went off track, he messed up on the lap. So TJ is going to reset. Ain't good enough. Oh my goodness, like Marito. P2 from Scuderia Hispania.
It's a good third sector. Good purple. Now let's see what Andy can do. He's coming around the final corner now. This lap looks clean so far. Running the car a bit wide out of the exit, using the mid-end as there are no slowdowns over there. Linked, so
P2.
he goes second.
That is good for Racing Star right now. In the constructors.
Looks like most cars are currently on their out lap. Let's see if Mark's on the lap. Yes, he's on the lap. He goes green in sector 2, as well as he went green in sector 1. Entering the final sector now. Very tight corner, by the way. I was thinking that he was about to get an off track. Yeah, the corner cut. Because he took the so tight. You can pretty much touch the bullet, but not too much more. Because otherwise you'll get a slowdown. That's roughly where the track limits are in the game. And at this track.
Royal got P3. Now drop down to P4. Look at this. A constructors battle, a drivers championship battle. If we just have them all 4 of them together, this will be something. All 4 battling.
He's only in 6th place with Royal, Mark and Light Murillo very close together. Only half a tenth between them. And Andy isn't too far away either. Only 6 tenths ahead of, or 600ths ahead of Mark.
Oh yeah, Mark Anthony. He's doing pretty good right now as well. And he's from RHA. He's from RHA DKB Motorsports. So he's doing pretty good right now. Once again, there's people just trying to get, they're trying to get their first, either first race win or just trying to get a race win. Like, if you can't go for the championship, then might as well go, just try to get a win, just trying to have some fun, get some points a little bit. Let people know that you want to be in this place. Well, that's the most important thing.
Also, Simposto on the lap as our main contenders are currently on the out lap. They all were coming after pits just now, so expecting them to start their laps with around 30 seconds to go in this qualifying session. So Simposto, let's see what he can do. He's currently 1 second off the pace, going green twice in sector 1 and sector 2, and he improves by 2 tenths to P7.
Alright, hey, I'm sorry to say this, guys. Quatris has arrived. So that means I'm going offline on the commentary booth. Quatris, you take this over. You guys have fun with the rest of the commentary. And I'll see you guys next time in the next season, or if something happens currently.
Yes, thank you for covering.
Of course.
And good afternoon, Quatris. Looks like Quatros might be setting up his mic at the moment. Let's see. Our title contenders, they should be starting on the lap. Mark is on the lap right now. Royal's on the lap. Mark going. Mark Anthony going red in the first sector. Royal is going green in the first sector. Let's focus on Royal as he is in the constructors fight, trying to help Jerk secure the 871. Help secure 871 the constructors title.
Am I hearable right now?
You are hearable.
Alright, so welcome. Sorry for such being late, but I had some personal stuff to do.
No problem, we had it covered. Well, Royal has abandoned his lap. Now that leaves Andy on the lap, and Jerk is on an out lap. I don't think he has time. Is he on the out lap? I'm not 100% sure about him. But we are at the end of qualifying right now. It's very close between the top guys. Jerk has quite an advantage over the rest of the guys, with Manpifting only in 6th. He seems to not be quite on the pace right now. He's on the lap. He didn't improve in sector 1. Jerk, meanwhile, is improving in his first sector. Was slower in his second sector, so he looks about even compared to his previous best. He's already strong. Oh, and he messed up. So that leaves Manpifting with a big job to do. He is not improving so far, unless he messed up the third sector previously. He's got his work cut out for him in order to, move up a place even.
Yeah, and let's remind that the gap between T-Jerk and Manpifting is 2 points in the favor of T-Jerk. So right now, let's see if Manpifting can improve. Can he make at least one qualifying point? He crosses the line. He goes fourth. Same time as Margantino, and this will be crucial for the qualifying as the gap increases to 5 points between these two.
Yes, qualifying points being a factor as well. So now Jerk has a bit of a buffer compared to Manpifting. I think it doesn't matter for the top positions. Might be a factor if they are fighting for P3 or lower, whether TJ or Manpifting will win this championship. Okay, it's race time as I'm trying to navigate to the correct page. We are about to go green for the final race of Season 8. Who will win the title? Will it be TJ? Will it be Mark? Will it be H71 or will it be Racing Star for the title? It's lights out and away we go for the final time. It's Jerk in the lead with Andy in second, Mark Anthony in third, Manpifting in fourth and Royal in fifth as they navigate the first couple of corners of this track. Let's see who can stay in the top back.
Let's remind that the last season's winner was, I believe it was Manpifting, so he should have that advantage, but he has a really hard task to do, as he has to win if he wants to think about championship, while T-Jerk needs to finish. He needs to finish third because he will get 19 points if he doesn't get a fastest lap, and then it's gonna be a 1-point advantage from Manpifting.
So what's the points for first and second?
Well, Teacher got the 3 points for qualifying, so if he's gonna be second, he's gonna have 23 points. With Manpifting's 25, even the fastest lap won't reduce the gap to 0. So Teacher has to finish third if Manpifting wins this. But let's remind, this is a slip track, so everything can happen.
So Jerk has a bit of a buffer. He can finish second and while Manpifting wins the race. He cannot allow himself to drop behind one of the other guys who are also looking very hungry in this final race, with Mark Anthony chasing him down in second and Andy pretty much there as well, with Manpifting trying to hang on to the slipstream right now. We already have a train forming. I believe we have got 6 or 7 cars in the lead back right now. It's a small gap forming from 7th to 8th place. 9/10 is the gap from 7th to 8th, as Sus Imposter is trying to stay in the slipstream, lead his train and keep his train into the leading train.
Yeah, and let's remind, while quite nothing is happening, that we have some teams that are retiring, including H71, including MaxGP, so it will be a farewell race for them. And yeah, drivers like Andy, like Play Games, who is not even attending. Also, Andy can secure 4th in the final race of the season, because right now Milo is 4th with 91 points, followed by Play Games, 86 points. They both aren't attending the Grand Prix. Andy is 30 points behind, so if he comes like 4th or higher, he's gonna take the 4th place in the drive standings.
Look at that, he just jumped into the lead of this race. Goes a bit wide in the final corner, taking alternative lines, and he comes back with a better exit out of the final corner, retakes the lead in this race, with our 2 main championship contenders very close to each other. We've got also the 4 drivers who are fighting for the constructors for the team's championship in this fight, very close together, as they seem to be trying to break away from the cars behind.
Also, Marga Anthony has made a mistake, certainly, because he has dropped back a lot. Like two laps ago, He was fighting for the lead. Right now he's 5th with a second gap to reduce.
Let's have a brief look at the strategy for today's race. So the top 5 are all on hard tires. All 4 of our championship contenders are on hard tires. So looks like so far they're on the same strategy, with Almighty Device being the first car on medium tires, with Myangington, Dustin, Dustizzle, Yoto and Craig Def also on running the medium tire. So it's either hard or medium, with the front runners currently all running on the hard compound of tires.
Yeah, and we have a really tight battle for the Constructors' Championship, because let me remind, the gap between Racing Star and H71 is 16 points in the favor of H71. Right now we have all of the drivers of both teams in top 4, so they are fighting for it.
They're all going through each other through turn 1. You cannot make this closer than it is right now. We've got H71, the 2 cars are slightly going ahead, with Racing Star trying to change. It's a long race, so it's mainly going to be a matter of not making any mistakes, staying in the slipstream terrain, and perhaps trying to make a move during the pit stop phase. Looking forward to when that happens.
Yeah, and let's take a look at Royal. He has the fastest lap right now. He's currently in 4th, and his last podium was in Bonn. When he came 2nd, he had a really strong beginning of the season, winning the season opener at Flavo. He was one of the title contenders before the season started, but he dropped with the pace immediately after Bonn. So it would be a really nice ending for Royal if he does make it on the podium.
It sure would be. They are very close separate. Imagine if they are like this on the final lap of the race. How are you going to do the team orders? Because you cannot slow down, because you'll be giving up 3 positions potentially, and potentially also the team's title. In that case, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, team orders in such kind of situation will be like impossible. In one hand you're risking the driver's title, but on the other you are risking the constructor's title.
Certainly. We still got Almighty barely hanging on to the slipstream in P5 with a group of 3 cars, him being in a group of 3 cars. Trying to hang on, let's see if they can. The gap is slowly growing, 9/10 now, between Almighty and Royal, who is currently in 4th place, tailing the lead group.
Yeah, Almighty and Live Murillo and Mark Anthony are barely keeping it up within the slipstream range. So if they are lucky enough, they can reduce the gap and maybe turn the game on with 7 cars in the lead pack.
Let's see. They are still very agonizingly close together.
Yeah, and we also have some fights, other fights in the constructors. We have a fight for P7 right now between RHA, McLaren and Spirit Racing. 15 points between 3 teams, and we have Mark Anthony and Almighty Device Racing for RHA and Spirit. So there's a battle going on as well, as they are reducing the gap slowly. It was like 2nd, now it's 9/10. So
Yeah.
let's see.
And he is starting to drop back from the lead group, still well within slipstream, as is Light Romeo right now. This might turn into a 7-horse race for the victory. All taking a very wide line going into that turn. I remember when that wasn't a conventional line. I believe it was Andy who was the first driver who started using that wide line. It's a reverse Bahrain corner essentially, where you have to brake and turn at the same time. Previously, drivers would take a really tight line through that corner. I would take a tight line through there, but gradually over time, the conventional racing line has changed, has shifted to a more wider flowing line where you keep a lower or a higher minimum speed, I should say.
Yeah, and Andy has dropped back a lot because he's right now stacking up with Almighty, Lai Murillo, and American Antonio. And that's a great information for 3 of the drivers fighting for P5 right now, as they can possibly go into the battle for the lead. Also, I want to point out that the last race winner was Map15 and he was driving for H71, so will the history happen? Will H71 win for the last time? We will see. They can, as they have 2 drivers in the top 3 right now. Currently fighting with Map15, who is a one-man army in racing style. Almighty Device is closing in right now. 3/10 of a gap. Also Andy, Lai Murillo, Mark Anthony, all of them are right now in the leading pack. Also, if Racing Star manages to finish in 1-2, while 871 manages to finish 3-4, they both will tie on points. So that will be very, very interesting, and we will see what will happen in this 18 long laps. Currently we have 6 drivers in the leading pack as Mark Antonio slightly dropped back 1 second behind Lai Murillo. Dustin is the first one to pit. Let's see which tires will he get. He's going on soft, so it's gonna be likely 2-stop. So in the leading pack, the only one who is on the other tires is Almighty Device on the mediums, and he's more likely to do a 2-stop in this part of the race, as all the hard runners are gonna go for a 1-stop. mediums in like lap 13, 14, 15, and then dash into the line. As we have the first retirement of the session, Young, is the season over for him already, as we have Dustin, his teammate right now, in the last place, but he pitted. Also, I want to remind that Royal last season has stood on podium with McLaren last season. He was third. Currently, we all over again have 3 drivers fighting for the lead, with Almighty, Andy, and Live Murillo kind of behind, but still in the slipstream range. 7 tenths behind. Also, Mark Anthony has done a really good job in chasing Light Murillo. Right now he's 6 tenths behind, as Almighty Device is making a stop. It was expected because he was on the medium tires. Let's see if he's gonna do a 1-stop, if he's gonna do a 2-stop. He has chosen hard, so he's gonna be doing a 1-stop. Also, Crackdev has made his pit stop. It's most likely to be mediums. Oh, he already has made the stop, so he already put the hard tires. We have the majority of the grid doing a 1-stop, with only Dustin seeming to be on a 2-stop.
Apparently, we might have lost Wesley on the commentary at the moment, so I'm being called in again. I have returned. Let's get back. Let's get some commentary in. Right now, currently, we have TJ and Pifting still battling. Andy and Royal, they not like lost too many pace, but you can definitely tell the gap. There's starting to be a gap a little bit at the moment. Currently, we got Pifting. You got Pifting in a threat right now between Royal and TJ. Andy needs to start pick up a little bit. If not, this could be a really bad situation for Man Pifting and in the championship opportunity at the moment. The team value is key, not just for the drivers, but for the constructors as well. Would you agree, Quatris?
Yeah, also I was checking the stream if it's still on, because I thought if like Wesley lost some signal, but it's on, so no worries. We are still live.
Yeah, of course, we are still live, we're still good.
Also,
right
do you think that Almighty Device might have lost his chance at the podium? Considering that he has gone on the alternative strat with Stalin on mediums.
that could be the case, but anything can most definitely happen for sure. There's no guarantees. Just currently right now, we are just seeing. Right now, he is not in contention at the moment, but anything can definitely happen for sure. Right now you have a three-way battle for the lead. You have TJ, you have Pifting, you have Royal. Right now, since, as before, TJ has a 5-point advantage. Of course, there's a smidge of breathing room within the drivers' championship, but anything can most definitely happen. Things can definitely go south within a second. Right now, Andy at the moment is actually kind of a bit of an under threat. You have Light Murillo chasing him down for P4, and let's just say it's not looking too good.
Yeah, the gap between Andy and Mempifting is a second and 1/10. He isn't quite producing when Mempifting needs him the most.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm just happy though with this system that we have right now. Hopefully that Wesley gets back. But right now, until then, good thing I'm on the backup for just in case if anything does happen. Luckily, the stream is still live. It's still online. We're good. If anything does go south, hopefully we have a backup for that for sure. Right now, until then, we have a great battle so far, and we are still seeing a great battle right now. I mean, actually, we're seeing Almighty perspective at the moment.
Yeah, Almighty has started to pick up the paces already. Lepri, he has overtaken him as Lepri and Susi Imposter are both on their pit stops. They are most likely to get mediums, as we have the lap 14 of the race, so halfway already done.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry for the abrupt interruption of my streaming services. Had some.
Alright, going back to mute.
Some family at the door. You know.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Socializing and all that good stuff. Social obligations.
Yeah, there's no problem with that. Coming back, both Susi and Lepri are on the medium trunkers, so they are both on a one stop. So it seems like Dustin might be the only one to pick the two stop. Quite risky, but it might not be good, as right now he's chasing down Sebastian Cateau for P8. Almighty Device is building the gap over the 2. Currently it's 1.8. He's chasing down the top 6 for sure, but will the strategy doom him? I'm sure it will create some difficulties for Almighty for the fight for the podium, as we have the top 5 for their pit stop. Let's see if someone messes up. Mark Anthony is staying, so that's a very, very risky move, as the undercut here is very, very powerful, as we saw from last season.
Yeah, but with all our contenders beating into the pits and staying together, trying to shadow each other, it looks like.
I believe that Mark Anthony has nothing to lose at this point, because he was, at the moment, he was P6, barely in the slipstream range, so any try of an overcut, doing something else might either drop him back or close him up to the top 5. Nothing in between. That's all we know, as right now Almighty Device is ahead of Royal, of Mempifting, T-Jerk and Andy. So let's see.
They've got
also right Murillo
leading the train on the soft tires with the undercut that he's done. Expecting his softs to fade very soon though. They don't tend to last for very long. But right now,
Yeah, he's already dropping back places. Also, Light Murillo mysteriously dropped back. The gap between Light Murillo and Andy is 2.5 seconds. As Light Murillo fighting with Mian, flying past him right now for P8. But this is very, very bad news for him and for Scuderia Hispania. They already have the situation settled in the constructors. They are gonna get P3. But still, there could be some chances for the podium in the final race of the season.
We've got 4 very strong drivers currently occupying the top 4, the virtual top 4 spots, I should say, as we got a couple of drivers on alternate strategy or waiting to make their pit stop. Might they be on for a one stop, the top 2 guys, as they are yet to pit? We're approaching lap 20.
Almighty Device has already pitted because he was starting on medium tire. As T-Jerk right now is purple. No, Light Murillo is purple in the sector 1. On board with him right now. He's chasing Dustin for P7 with his dead tires for sure.
Not sure
As the gap is going down every corner.
I'm,
Light Murillo goes wide.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I was thinking. Of course, they're on the one stop. With Mark staying out very long, he might move to the softs for his final stint in this race. Staying out for longer than what he should. But the rest of the guys, they're gonna have to work it out for them because they went to. I think they pitted relatively early, lap 13 already. So they have 12 laps to do on the medium tires. So they are definitely going to be faded by the end.
Royal's fastest lap is at risk as Royal has 2 reds. Pifting, T-Jerk, Andy all of them have 2 greens as Light Murillo is the only one to have a purple. So let's focus on these guys. Right now, top 4 is fighting for P3 at the moment as Almighty Device is bigger and bigger on their screen. Right now it's 8/10. T-Jerk is right now the fastest lap holder. Light Murillo doesn't improve, so T-Jerk is currently having the fastest lap, and this is also crucial for the championship, as the gap right now is provisionally 6 points between Pifting and T-Jerk. The title is slipping away from Pifting, as Andy right now is on the purple, so that's very, very interesting, as the reigning champion right now is having a purple. Takes it away from Light Murillo.
Alright, Almighty Device gets in the mix. He has already done his stop, but his pace fading early as he is on older hards compared to the other drivers in this race. He might be able to hang on to this train, who knows. He is going to drop to 5th, I think that's inevitable, but perhaps he has enough pace to stay in the slipstream with the top guys and perhaps come back at the end once the medium start to fade, as they are really close together now. Who's gonna edge ahead? It looks like Royal is together with Pifting. The championship situation changes every other lap or every other corner pretty much.
We have a very, very important situation. Andy has 2 purples. He's flying right now. I'm on board with Andy. So, will Andy go change back how the standings was? 5 points. Let's see. He has. By 3/10 he improves T-Jerk's lap. So currently he is holding the fastest lap. And it's very crucial for the championship as we have a racing style driver with the fastest lap.
How many points is there for fastest lap?
1.
1 point, okay. Yeah, that's 1 point taken away from Jerk. Crucial job by Andy to get that fastest lap in. Maybe someone will beat it in the next lap, but that window of opportunity is going to close as the tires will fade. Doesn't matter how much slipstream you have, but at the end of the race you cannot set the fastest lap unless you're willing to throw away your own race.
Yeah, Andy is currently in the lead right now. He's showing why he's the reigning champion. He meant to retire after last season, but he came back as a reserve driver, showing some class races like last week at New Jersey where he won. At Pomodoro Ride 3 when he was inches away from winning. He got a P2 I believe then. And he has really, really good chance of taking away that P4 in the standings despite participating in like 4 race weekends out of 12. He's showing why he's the greatest driver probably in the F4L history as he goes wide. But it doesn't affect him a lot as the tires are affecting Almighty Device. The gap is already 1.3 in the just in the range of the slipstream, but it's inevitable that he's gonna lose it. So all he can expect is a P5, which we are sure that is helping Spirit Racing. So we're going back to how it was. Top 4 with both championship teams fighting for the championship, Racing Star and H71 fighting for the win and for the podium positions.
Yes, as Almighty Device is unable to keep up with the top 4, we are pretty much in the most interesting situation that we could have had for the championship, where the two teams and the two drivers fighting for both championships are in this lead back, and they are inseparable as it looks like right now. No corner cut, surprisingly, it looked very close again. And yeah, it's just a testament to the level in this league, how close everyone is and how close everyone stays to the limit. Like any moment, it can happen that one of these drivers will get a slowdown, because the slowdowns are pretty brutal. Can easily cost you up to a second, and it might cost you the slipstream if you allow yourself to make that one mistake. One time turning into early could ruin your race. So it's great props to all 4 drivers for not making any mistakes and keeping each other company.
Margantili might get the fast lap, 2 greens. No, but we didn't notice him pitting for mediums. So he didn't get on the softs, and he most likely ruined his race and chances for the podium, as Lime Willow has already overtaken Almighty Device for P5. Yeah, the alternative strategy didn't help out Almighty Device. As he came back this season, mid-season as the Spirit Racing driver, already got 1 podium in Nagoya in the craziest race ever won by GD David. Yeah, but delivering those points, currently P8 in the standings. Last race in New Jersey he was P4, so he's showing the class he got. He's the season 1 survivor, so yeah. Also, we didn't notice the second retirement of the race, Sebastian Cateau. So we have currently only 1 driver from their team fighting for positions. It's Crackdev. That's not the farewell race. Max GP and QN Gizmo won it. But it is how it is. Right now, Crackdev is fighting for P12 with Dustin and Das Dizzle a little bit further ahead in P11.
Yeah, could still be an interesting battle for P11. Dustin on the alternate strategy should have the newest tires out of everyone. He made his second stop, so we're expecting him to close the gap to Dust Dizzle up ahead. With Lepre not too far ahead as well. But Lepre seems pretty comfortable in 10th place. He's got a bit of a buffer to work with. As Dustin, look at that, he's closing the gap down to Dust Dizzle. As we focus now back on the lead back. They're still inseparable, with the 2 Racing Star cars up ahead for a brief moment, as Rora's now breaking them up. Looking to take back the lead in this race, and yeah, it's really a matter of who's going to blink first, who's going to make that mistake. As we are now, it's 5 laps to go. After this lap it will be 4 laps to go as they head into the final sector.
Yeah, and let's talk about some special liveries, because some of the teams have brought the special livery at the final race of the season, including 871's farewell livery, including Scuderia Hispania, which have their livery since like Rio or something. It's like around 9. let's see who we got here as well. We have Latin Racing Team with Mian and the Auto racing for them. And we have Scuderia Squadra Camino, dead last in the constructors, yet still they have this diesel in P11.
Yeah, trying to salvage what they can. Dustizzle has been overtaken by Dustin now, as Dustin looks to pull away. He's now under pressure from Lepri behind in 12th place. Well, was talking about the buffer that Lepri had a moment ago. Now that buffer is more than gone. He's now dropped to 12th place, so he must have made a mistake as he goes right out of turn 1. So, big time loss for Lepri as he seems to be struggling. Is he on all tires, I wonder? Because he isn't on the pace at all at this moment. Going wide everywhere, dealing with a lot of understeer.
Yeah, and right now Andy has dropped back all over again. 5/10 behind the guys, but they are on the back straight, which gives you a lot of slipstream, and he already is back in the fight. But it's visible that he has the least pace of them all.
Yeah, and using all the experience that he has to keep up. Going through the final sector day. To remind the people just tuned in, we are in a very tight championship fight. It's Jerk with he came in with a 2 points advantage heading into qualifying. He got the 3 points for pole position, so he's now leading by 5 points. All he has to do is finish first or second if he wants to secure the championship. He cannot allow to drop back to third and have his rival Manpifting winning this race. So far so good, but this is FRL. Things can change any moment as they are inseparable still in this race. We might see some risks being taken heading into the final lap, which is the moment where everything will come down. It will all come down to a few moments, to a few corners to see who will take the checkered flag. As now Royal's leading the race, he's got a good margin. He is playing the team game very well. If he can hang on to the win, that means that Manpifting will be able to take less points away from Jerk to potentially retake the lead. I think in this position, Jerk will win the championship. I think Jerk can also afford to drop back to Andy. I'm not too sure about that. So it's also up to Andy to help his teammate secure the championship, as well as perhaps help Racing Star with closing the gap to H71 regarding the Constructors Championship. 16 points heading into this race.
Also, sorry for interrupting, but we have things really shuffled down the pack, as right now Dustin, while he was fighting for P12, is fighting for P9 with Yoto. Also, does Diesel have kept his at P11, but he has overtaken Lepri, who is right now P12, and Mia not that far back in P14. Crackdev has dropped back to P14.
Crackdev struggling in this race as Mian might be closing the gap, might be able to close the gap to Lepri, who is trying to hang on to the back of Dustizzle right now. He was a bit closer a moment ago. Looks like he has found a little bit of place. He has found a little bit of composure to keep the car on the track as he goes wide out of the final corner though. That's commentator's curse for you right there.
Oh, TJ goes very wide! And that's a massive championship implications for T-Jerk, as he has to go back into the slip fight and possibly into the win.
It's not the worst place to make a mistake. He's still in the slipstream. He's coming into the back straight now. He should be well inside the slipstream still. As long as you're within 1.5 seconds, you are okay. You should be able to close down the gap with slipstream, provided you're not making another mistake. But the pressure is on for Jerk to close down the gap and to retake some places, to put the pressure back on Manpifting, who fortunately for him is in third right now.
Yeah, right now it's third, as we are closing in to the final lap of the season in Division 1. 11 long race weekends, 11 long qualies, and it comes down to this, to the final lap of the race. 5 points separating Manpifting and T-Jerk. Both of them are same nationalities as the 2021 title contenders. All we are missing is the collisions, but it's okay. The final lap of the race, Here we go.
They both have work to do. Can Jerk close down the gap to the top 3? Can Manpifting fight for the win? Let's see what Andy can do here. If the gap stays like this, he might have a little bit of a buffer to perhaps slow down and let his teammate take the win. Or he's gonna try to win himself and perhaps help his team with the team's championship. As Manpifting crucially is now in the lead of the race with Andy in second place. What can Royal do? What can Andy do to try to close the gap? It looks like Jerk is falling back from the group. He won't be able to catch up by the looks of it as things stand. We've got the massive back straight coming up now. He's only closed the gap down 2 tenths since the last lap. Coming down the back straight, we got Jerk behind. 8 tenths is the gap now. I think it's over for him. He has to hope that either Andy or his teammate Royal will be able to interrupt Manpifting's party here as the gap is non-existent. Heading into the final sector, Manpifting leads heading into the final sector as it stands right now.
T-Jerk is closing in, but it's 6 tenths. So let's see. Manpifting currently is leading before the final 2 turns. Right now, he's the provisional champion, but he has Andy and Royal breathing behind his neck. One corner. Will he win this? He's won! He has won the title. Manpifting is likely. Let's see. Will he? He has done it! He has done the championship! Andy second and Royal third. Manpifting has won the title. T-Jerk already disconnects because he knows that he lost his chance.
Oh
no. Manpifting has finally done it after a huge disappointment last season when he came home to finish third in the standings. Manpifting has finally done it. Also, Racing Star has made the Constructors' Championship, I believe. They finished, indeed, 1-2. 871 indeed finished 3 and 4. And Andy has the fastest lap of the race, which means Racing Star overtook 871 by 1 single point.
Unbelievable.
That's likely to be, but I don't know if it's including one fastest lap.
Unbelievable. We have to do some final calculations. It's that close. It's unbelievable. This is the dream scenario for Manpifting and Andy and for the whole Racing Star team. Manpifting securing the championship. Jerk losing it with a few laps to go. He made a mistake, lost the gap, lost the connection to the lead drivers, and that was enough to tip the balance in favor of Racing Star and Manpifting, who has won the Division 1 championship.
We already have the calculations, missing link reports that Racing Star has won the Constructors' Championship by 2 points. So it's very, very tight at the end. 871 bottled the race. As it's incredible, but the gap between Andy and Royal was none. They tied.
I have. If you check chat, I have everything. If you guys saw it, but I have the official
say it
Constructors winner. Racing Star, from my math and from all that I've done, Racing Star has won the Constructors by 2 points.
Wow. What a comeback they have made in this race. And till the final moments, it looks like with a few laps to go, it looked like it was going to be an impossible task to finish 1-2 with the H71 cars right there in the mix. But yeah, I have no words for it. What an exciting final race we've had here. And seeing the championship, both championships have shifted. The leads have changed after this round. We had Jerk leading the championship heading into the final round, and we had H71 leading the team's championship heading into the final round, and both have lost out by the slightest of margins. Unbelievable.
Manpifting has won the title over T-Jerk by, let me guess, 25 points with 70. He has won by 3 points. Unbelievable. The most dramatic race of the season. This has to be the race of the season. This is the finish of the season in style by Racing Star.
I think...
And can we make an interview with Manpifting? and Andy. Andy is already here.
Andy, any words from you regarding congratulations with the team's championship? How are you feeling?
Wow, that was so tough. Whew. That was amazing. Wow.
Also, you have secured the P4 in the driver standings, overtaking both Milo and Play Games.
How many points am I on now?
Probably you finished P2 in the qualifying, right?
Yeah, and got the fastest
101.
lap. Okay, good.
101.
My goal was to be above 100, so that's the goal achieved. But I'm glad I got to help Man Pifting, so we could get the constructors and the drivers for him. Yeah. Wow.
I'm looking at the spreadsheet. Let's wait until the spreadsheet is updated because the spreadsheet is now showing 871 with 1 point ahead.
Oh.
Not sure if
I've done the two things. The math I posted in a certain channel, I believe, is the final points.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny looking at it how Royal got P3 and he got less points than Teacher who got P4.
Also, have you realized that you overtook Royal, and that was the most crucial part of the Constructors' Championship battle? You overtook Royal by exactly 0 thousandths of a second. Tied.
I mean, I was just trying to go for the win, honestly. Truth be told, I told Man Pifting before the race, I'm gonna go for the win. But if at any point he desperately needs me to slightly fall back, I'll do it. I didn't really fall back, so that was like all his doing, winning that race.
Also, if Man Pifting would finish second, he would have been the champion by 1
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, congrats to him. Might as well invite him, but I don't think he does interviews.
So
He's
are
kind
you coming back to complete your fourth driver's title in season 9?
Good question. I'm not so sure. Nah, I probably won't. I'm just joking. I won't. This was my actual last ever race, so kind of sad to get P2, to be honest, but it's whatever.
Alright, so we have Royal who joined us, probably for the interview. But we should...
Royal, you must
Right.
have. Oh, he's getting ready.
We are waiting for him setting up the microphone.
Yeah, I think he's having mixed emotions right now regarding the result. But yeah, this race was unbelievable. And Royal, first thing, thank you for reaching out to me for asking me to commentate on this. This is a historic race in the league, and I'm glad that I've been able to witness it here in the commentary booth with you guys. We've never seen a title fight this close in any league, for that matter. Truly unbelievable.
Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay.
Alright, so Royal, on your result, that's the first podium since Ride 5 in Bonn. How are you feeling with that?
Well, it's a good result for me because I was hunting down that podium since forever. But yeah, like it's a mixture of feelings because I feel good for me, really bad for T-Jerk. It's unfortunate, but this track, it is what it is, so nothing I can really do for that.
Also, it looks like that you have defended the constructor standings. It looks like that Racing Star didn't produce enough, and the gap between 871 and Racing Star is 1 point. So you have the constructors championship.
Are we sure about that?
How are you feeling?
Well, if that is confirmed, I'm feeling really good because that was pretty much my goal for joining H71. My goal was to defend the title of constructors. And if we did, I will be very happy. But if we didn't, well, it's unfortunate. Like I cannot really say anything else. I cannot get a better performance. So yeah.
So, hold up. There is there might be a slight issue with the math with one of the things. So hold up. We're just gonna clarify one thing on the constructors real quick.
Unfortunately, we'll have to end the stream within a few minutes. So, we've seen a lot of cooking on the track, but I have some cooking to do on my own, unfortunately.
Alright, so one more question, I believe. You have finished P3 in the standings indeed, but have you expected more from yourself?
Can I quickly interrupt?
Yes.
Yes.
There was a I didn't know, apparently something was messed up when I did the points for constructors. I have to make a reinstatement. H71 has won the constructors.
By 1
Okay.
point.
All right.
Okay. Wow. Royal, what's your reaction?
Well, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. As I told Hazard like 3 rounds ago, I wanted to help him, and we did it. So that's the goal for that. So I'm really happy for that.
Also, coming back to what I was interrupted with, the last question. You finished indeed P3 in the standings, but have you expected more from yourself looking at the start of the season?
Yeah, of course. I disconnected twice, and I didn't have some good races. For example, I don't know, Nagoya, but that's almost like this. It's like a roulette. So, oh well, Rio. I'm really unfortunate about that too, because I also wanted the triple crown. But yeah, I'll try. If there's a next season, I'll try to come back stronger for sure, and hopefully I can fight for the drivers' championship.
All right.
Well,
So
I think that will be all.
Yeah, I think we can
So-
cut the stream right here.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in into this historic final race of Season 8 with an historic title fight with an amazing outcome. It couldn't have been closer if we would have asked. Unbelievable, this final race. I have no words for this. Thank you for those who have watched, followed this whole entire season of FRL Season 8. Thank you very much for tuning in, for being there every race. Thank you to all competitors, to the media team, to the organizers of this amazing league. I'm glad it's still continuing on as it is. And perhaps until next time.
Goodbye.
goodbye, y'all, in season 9.
Bye.